Welcome to the Worst Talk Show.
Hi.
I'm Angie C. That's handsome boyfriend Dave.
Namaste.
Our therapist, who we just got off the phone with, decided to give us some exercises to keep our anxiety levels down and be able to help everybody else keep their levels down as well.
I've been pretty anxious with this whole election.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what are you doing to sort of find that zen?
Well, I've been listening to the wonderful sounds of the ocean. Oh, it's so soothing.
Is it like an ocean here or someplace far away?
Oh, this one is in Tahiti. It's amazing.
Wow. That's really nice.
What have you been doing, Angie?
I'm drinking some happy little herbal tea from my Bob Ross mug and imagining fluffy little clouds.
Nice. Happy little clouds too, right? Remember, there are no mistakes, just happy little accidents.
Speaking of happy little accidents, welcome to the Worst Talk Show.
The Worst Talk Show.
Hello, Holly Cantor. I know you're looking at the ocean. You know, Dave posted or showed me a picture you posted, I think today or yesterday, of the sunset across from your apartment, and I just want you to know I'm still extremely jealous and can't wait to come visit. Jim Pericotti is
Rise
here.
of Manicotti.
By the way, this has been in our living room, in our display case for quite some time, and I completely forgot it existed.
My brother Tom is watching.
Hi, Tom Doe.
Well, hello, brother.
We're sending you some Bob Ross Zen right now.
Oh, man.
Hello. Fluffy little clouds. Everybody get center. The ocean and Bob Ross. We've got it licked. Nikki T, last night I watched all the episodes of Dave Chappelle's show.
Denny White is here.
A lot of people, hey Denny, a lot of people have gone down the Dave Chappelle rabbit hole.
Since watching him on Letterman?
Yep, and they've posted the entire series on Netflix, so you can binge away.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so we are happy little trees, and, you know, this morning I thought, should we cancel the show? Is there any way we're going to get through this? And, you know, it's weird. Like, the day is just progressively got a little bit better, and then a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
All right, we got a lot to talk about tonight. First of all, a moment of extra zen for the baddest badass bastard, Sean Connery. R.I.P. 90?
90 years old. He led a good life.
What a run. A great run. I'm not sure he was a wonderful human being. I've heard mixed reviews on those particular stories. But I will say this. Huge part of our lives, right?
Listen, I couldn't, we can't go without doing a Sean Connery impersonation.
No, please.
Okay.
Or you
guys
can tell them the joke that your brother Tom texted us the day he died.
No, I can't because I can't remember it. I'm terrible at remembering jokes.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Dishes.
Dishes who?
Dishes the ghost of Sean Connery. I'm terrible at it. You do it.
That is terrible. How about this now?
Hey Bob. Hey Joey.
Now listen, Sean Connery starred as, you know, Indiana Jones's dad.
James Bond.
He started as James Bond. He was the greatest Bond ever.
Yeah. The Untouchables.
Yes, I remember him as Captain Ramius of the Soviet Union's Navy in the movie edition of The Hunt for Red October, starring opposite Harrison Ford. Or no, it was before Harrison Ford became Jack Ryan. It was Alec Baldwin as Jack Ryan.
Now, Casey,
and Alec Baldwin actually makes fun of him. He actually does an impersonation of him in the movie.
Oh, really?
And this is what Sean Connery says. Be careful, Ryan. Some things in there don't react too well to bullets.
What is the best line from The Untouchables? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight? Just like a wop to bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's totally inappropriate. I'm quoting a movie. But Casey says his favorite Sean Connery movie
was Alec Baldwin.
is Time Bandits.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean,
a good one.
but he's not. He's just kind of like.
He's not a featured role.
Guys, how about Zardoz? Zardoz,
Is
guys.
that the one where he's
if
wearing
you haven't
this weird
seen it,
bikini
the red
with,
thing,
Yeah.
right?
Did
So
that directly influence Borat, by the way? Because it kind of looks like it did.
No. The point being, Zardoz. There's I think he's called the Savage or something like that as his character, and out of the sky comes this enormous head that flies, and it's the god Zardoz, and he demands,
Okay, so was Sean Connery doing a lot of drugs at this point, or just drinking a lot, or perhaps
I think he has a ponytail in that movie.
Oh,
Check
yes,
it
he
out.
does. Maybe he was
Check it
going
out.
through like a divorce and needed extra money. Wendy is here. Hi,
Louis
Wendy.
Warren knows about Zardoz.
Bob Tarasi is here as well, and I believe Jerk Joe Burke has officially entered the building.
Nice.
The virtual studio building, that is. Lewis says, fuel for my midlife crisis costume parties. Oh, yes. Sean Connery, you can do a deep dive into some Sean Connery outfits. What's our favorite?
There can be only one.
Oh, Highlander. How can we forget Highlander?
How do you have... You got a French guy starring as a Scottish guy, and a Scottish guy starring as a Spanish
Spaniard.
guy. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Trish Collins Pittman is here.
Hey, Trish. What was I just going to say about Sean Connery after you said there could be only one? Our favorite line from Indiana Jones is...
We named the dog Indiana.
That's it. Tom Dow says Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that movie. It's a St. Patty's Day staple. Michael Maloney, favorite Connery moment? SNL Jeopardy, Let It Snow. No, it's Let Tits Now.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other one that's
I'll take
the therapist, but we're not going to say it because I really just don't
I'll take swords for 1,000, Alex. Trebek. That is S-words.
Tom Dow says he was 12 in Darby O'Gill and the Little People. It was in the video store that I worked at, and yes, I know you're shocked. I worked at a video store in the late 80s and early 90s. But I do remember the big old VHS box. Louis Warren, it seems my cut has improved your voice.
Yeah, he said that to the Cargon.
Oh.
Right.
All right, well, while you guys geek out, let's get to the show.
Ramirez.
We watched a lot of stuff. We're going to get to all of it, especially during this particular time in our lives where we need every distraction we can muster.
Lord.
Right? So, first and foremost, we have to talk The Mandalorian because Boba Fett is back. Oh, spoiler alert. Listen, if you haven't seen The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1 yet, I don't know, mute maybe? Or it's too late.
We don't give a good god dang.
The second to last
My
episode...
sister's watching too. What's this going?
It's like a Dow family reunion.
What am I terminally ill or something? Both of you guys are watching me?
Bite your tongue. You don't say stuff like that. Don't jinx anything.
Ow.
Like 2020 isn't bad enough as it is. Good Lord.
I just bit my tongue. I don't think I can go on with the show.
Okay, guys. The Mandalorian. Oh, Tom Dow's going, bye. Oh, did you not watch the next episode? All I can say is we heard the Spurs when
last season.
What's her face got when Ming-Na got
Ming-Na's character got wrapped up or
rescued.
whatever.
So we knew, in our heart of hearts, we knew that Boba. I mean, we already knew Boba survived the Sarlacc pit.
Just because he's badass. That was
It's a well-known fact. It's fact.
Everybody who's anybody
it's canon.
knows it.
Oh, Dave Gauthier is here too. Dave, we're going to want you to maybe join us via your smartphone at some point tonight so you can do your Ed Grimley impersonation because that totally came up in conversation yesterday, apropos of nothing. So, The Mandalorian, this particular episode, Season 2, Episode 1, by far one of the greatest pieces of Star Wars on film.
The season opener, the episode is called The Marshal.
And it is soup to nuts perfection.
We thought it was
wrong.
one of the best episodes ever of it.
Yeah.
If not the best episode.
And
it was
Timothy
pretty great.
Oliphant is in it, who, I mean, do you get any cooler than that?
And he's cool as the other side of the pillow.
Always. Arthur Hudson is here. Welcome back. Glad you're back. You took a big vacation with the Worst Talk Show for a bit, Arthur, so we're glad you're back.
Where you been? No, we'll wait.
He's probably been working. That boy works hard.
Whatever.
So, we're not going to give away too many spoilers, but we're very happy The Mandalorian Season 2 is back and will occupy the majority of our, craniums. Boba! Boba!
Let me tell you something. If you're a fan of Sand People, Tusken Raiders...
Oh, yeah, this was your episode.
If you're a fan of Banthas...
Also your episode. And if you're a fan of crate dragons...
Enormous things that could actually eat a Sarlacc.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Arthur says gout in footwork. Ooh, I'm sorry. That doesn't sound nice at all.
Lay off the beer, Arthur.
Casey, the child is still cute. We don't officially refer to him as the Baby Yoda because he is not the Baby Yoda. He is the child. But I've been using the term Sweet Baby Yoda for like the last 6 or 7 years. Instead of saying, oh my God, I say Sweet Baby Yoda. And now it's difficult to say because people think I'm just jumping on a bandwagon. And I'll have you know, damn it, I was doing that when you were still a child.
Banthas are very tasty, Casey Riddles. Very tasty.
Indeed they are. So we're gonna move on from the Mando.
Okay, can we just say one last thing?
Sure.
John Leguizamo is also in the episode.
You'd never
figure
know
out who he is. Try to figure out who he is.
Yeah, does anybody know where John Leguizamo ends up as the, or who he plays, if you will? I mean, we figured it out. I knew the voice, I recognized it, I couldn't figure it out.
They put it through some sort of a thing, though.
And then Dave looked it up. So there you go. I know you were doing it before the character came out. Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks, Sharon. Stop kissing up. Jesus, it's...
No, please, more.
Oh, it's not very becoming.
Okay, so things we watched. I know we briefly talked about Letterman and his new season. And Joe is here.
Tom Dow says, "Member Tauntauns?
I remember." I was just so excited that Angel was here and that we synced up on that I fully lost my train of thought.
Are the dogs watching? It's very important.
She posted the cutest picture of 2 of the bullies, like, pretty much kissing, and it was glorious. Like, just little smooch. It was quite lovely. I do love all pictures of bulldogs and corgis. So, Letterman, we talked a lot about the recent or new season of the Letterman, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. And I watched the Tiffany Haddish episode. And I gotta tell you, I knew Tiffany Haddish had a very tough childhood in growing up. I knew she was homeless when she was doing stand-up.
Mm-hmm. She used to live in her car for a while.
Yeah, well, I had no idea how deep that went. And the fact that her mom was institutionalized and her mom had been in a really bad car accident, went through a windshield, and was never the same.
Had a head injury, traumatic head injury.
Yeah, and was like very angry and verbally abusive and that because of what was going on with her and was institutionalized for a very long time. And when Tiffany first started making money, it all went to doctors to get her, the best help, the best medicine, and get her out of, like, an institution. And I was just like, this girl is like a saint.
She seems very nice.
When they had split up the family, there were 2 sisters that went off to foster care and 2 brothers that went off to foster care together. But she was by herself. And she would actually skip school and jump on a bus to go check on the siblings. Like, I had a full box of tissues. I was just like, oh my God, I had no idea. I just thought she was really funny and I love her. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. I really love her. Is she still dating Common? I hope so, because that's sort of my living vicariously through couple. If we could date a couple, honey, Common and Tiffany Haddish, what do you say?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, not that we do that or anything, but, it's worth a shot, maybe. Let's talk about the Queen's Gambit, everybody. The Queen's Gambit.
Guys, it's so well done.
It's so good we forgot about the election for a solid 45 minutes last night.
Totally.
Yeah, like I forgot.
We watched the last episode. We watched the last episode of it last night. They're like miniature movies. There are 7 episodes. It's a limited series, and it starts out with Elizabeth Harmon is her name. So she's like a very young girl.
Right. Well, it turns out she's an orphan, but she's a child prodigy for chess. And she grows up and wanting to be the best chess player in the world. Well,
you just skipped a bunch of stuff.
I know. We'll go back. I did a little research. This is based on a book by the same author of The Hustler, The Color of Money, and The Man Who Fell to Earth. This is some seriously good writing. I was just amazed. I looked him up and I didn't get a chance to write his name down. He's no longer with us. But I think this book came out in the early 80s. Like very early 80s. But yeah, so it's based on a girl who's an orphan, and it's super tragic how she becomes an orphan. And she's like a super genius when it comes to chess. She like walks by a janitor playing the game, exactly. and like she looks at it, and then she starts playing games in her head.
Happenstance kind of brings her.
Dondo, I love you. 45-minute summary? Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Just trust us. Stylistically, it's a gorgeous piece of film to watch. She, the
We're supposed to know the
actress's name. I don't. She has those huge eyes, which was why I didn't want to watch it for a while. I'm like, they're too distracting. She's just lovely, and everything she puts on is lovely. I mean, by the end, she's like breakfast at Tiffany chic. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Cool. When she starts winning, chess tournaments.
Tom Silcott is here? OMG! Couldn't stop watching Gambit. Binged within 24 hours. Thanks for reviewing.
Great stuff. Guys, Silcott, watch it.
I love Tom Silcott. Can I just tell you, I went to college with some of the most talented and handsome, awesome people, and Tom was one of them. So I've pointed Tom out to you before in like commercials and TV shows.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I'm so happy you're here.
At the store when we were like spying on him?
No. Denny White, cool cars, cool clothes. What did you think of the Corvair, Denny?
Right?
That's a big question.
That thing was in good shape.
And then the one that Benny rolled up in that wasn't very good. I'm sorry, not Benny, Harry. Harry rolled up in the car with the flames.
Yeah.
What was it
stalled.
though?
I don't know.
It looked like a '57 Chevy, but it wasn't. Yeah. So Denny, if you can tell us who it was, what kind of car it was. So yes, please watch the Queens Gambit. Soup to nuts, fantastic show. It completely takes you away from everything going on. It's a lovely little respite.
Yeah,
right?
It's excellent. It's excellent.
And the fact that it was written by the same guy who wrote The Hustler, I was just like, wow.
The Color of Money.
Yeah, very good. I finished Hellstrom. I don't know if anybody else besides Arthur has already watched that. It's a Marvel Comics thing, but it's very dark, and it's full of, like, demon-possessed people, and a sister and brother who are the daughter and son of a demon/serial killer. Like I said, it's very dark. But
like
it's
a
good.
demonic serial killer?
Yeah, but it's good. Sean,
hey,
I'm
Sean
so
O'Brien's here, everybody.
And I'm glad you're going to watch Hellstrom, too. I really liked it a lot. Finish that up. I think there's going to be a second season, so I'm happy about that. Dave watched a British... Was it British?
No, it's Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Okay, so it was a small film.
And what's it called?
It's called A Bad Day for the Cut.
Anyone? Does anyone know about this?
Okay, and it's about this Irish farmer. He's a middle-aged man, lives with his ma, and, he works, he works on cars, he works on the farm. It's just the two of them. He drinks, and what does he do? That's what he does, right? Watches TV, goes out to the pub once a week or whatever.
Okay, brevity.
Okay, and somebody busts into his house, and his elderly mother is killed. And it goes from there.
Okay, so it's like a Liam
It's
Neeson,
a revenge.
I'll find you and I will kill you.
But it was just this schlubby, Patty, farmer, middle-aged guy.
Everyday
no
guy,
special, nothing special about him. Very basic.
But it was a good, solid flick.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It's a,
sort of a bro dude kind of a thing.
No, not especially, because it's a very low budget movie, and yeah.
What else did we watch? The Long Way Up. It's almost over. We love it so much. Every time we watch an episode of The Long Way Up, if you're not familiar, it's Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman, who are lifelong besties, and they do these, this is the third or fourth in the series.
Motorcycle trips,
where they do these massive motorcycle trips across very large
Hi, Sarah.
lands. Sarah's here! Mwah, mwah, mwah! I miss you. So they've done The Long Way Down, The Long Way Around, or whatever. This one's The Long Way Up.
They've pretty much taken these motorcycles around the world, and, you know, they've been all over the place.
And we've spoken about it before, but just to catch you up, they're using electric bikes, electric pacer cars.
Yeah, they're
it's
like
all
totally
electric.
experimental, everything that they're doing.
Have you started The Undoing, HBO? Love Long Way Up and South America. Okay, so I did start The Undoing. That's Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, I'm just going to watch this by myself because Dave's not going to be into it. But I got sucked in by episode 2 and I'm like, what's happening next? It's very much sort of a housewife drama kind of a thing, but set in New York City. A whodunit, if you will, but very similar to the other show on HBO that Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon were in. Sort of that same kind of vibe. Which name escapes me at the moment, but I'm sure you guys all know.
Lies?
Yeah.
Or was it Sharp Objects, or was it...
I forget. Big Little something.
Big Little Lies?
I don't know. Whatever.
Something like that.
It was just one of those things. So it's very similar to that, but I'm saying it's not bad. So Long Way Up, they are riding motorcycles from the tip of South America all the way up through like Chile and Colombia and then Mexico, and they end up in LA. So they're just about to get to Mexico, I think.
They hit the Panama Canal.
Right. But it's just lovely, and we feel like we've gone on an adventure with these people, and I swear, I now feel like I'm friends with Ewan McGregor.
Now, wait a minute. Ewan McGregor, all of a sudden you find out that on the trip, like, long way around, they were in, he tells a story about how he came to adopt his daughter.
Yeah, on one of those trips, he met her at an orphanage, and they ended up adopting her.
They were, you know, they were kind of trying to figure out whether they were going to take this one road or go over this really hard road. So
yeah, it was just one little set of circumstances.
Yep, they decided to go over the hard road into Mongolia, because she's a Mongolian. It's like, is it Samyan? I think her name is...
I forget what her name is, but we get to meet her next week,
it's
so we're excited about that.
And he gets choked up.
We get to meet her, because, like, we're on the journey with them.
We totally are.
So ridiculous. By the way, Nicole Smolenyak, I agree with you. I think you're right about that theory, but I'm not going to say it out loud because spoiler alerts, but I think you might be right about that. What else did we watch? Oh, we watched another episode of The Right Stuff.
Yep.
Which, if you guys have Disney Plus, it's not a bad show to watch.
Yeah, there's one thing about it that I've noticed.
Okay.
I don't see... There's almost no one in that show is a sympathetic character. It's hard to like them. I don't really dig these people.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you're dealing with people, like true people from history.
Alan Shepard comes off like a jerk.
And we've seen...
John Glenn kind of comes off like a sneak.
Jerk.
Yeah, you know, like, it's just kind of...
Gordo. Jerky.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, they're all terribly, terribly flawed, and it's almost like a complete 180 from the movie we grew up with, called The Right Stuff, about the same thing. So it's interesting. I do like it, but I like it in more of let's pass the time with something that's not very heavy kind of way.
Yeah.
Also, we are in full on mourning because we finished The Great Pottery Throwdown.
There are no more episodes.
I don't know what to do.
So
How
listen,
am I
guys.
Throw my own Bob Ross
guys,
mug?
You're gonna have to be on the lookout. We're circulating. What do you call those things that people sign? A petition to force them to produce more episodes, more seasons of The Great Pottery Throwdown.
granted, the Great Pottery Throwdown started in 2015, so it's been over for quite some time. At least.
Well, we're getting the band back together, man.
We would like that because we love Keith and how he cries in the middle of everything
He cries at the
all
worst,
the time.
the most inappropriate, weird things.
It is hilarious. Ellen, you're finally back. I'm so happy you're
and
here.
And Keith, if this was Keith, he would go, Ellen.
He's on a full roll
it's
talking.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
He'd be like, "What you've done here? What you've done here with the Bob Ross and you know the handle you've thrown."
You pulled it.
And then he stops, and he's fully choking up, and he's like, "You've just done a really brilliant job."
Yeah,
he's bawling, and you're just like, "Is this guy on hormones
he's
or
this
what?"
big hombre, right?
Oh my god.
It's
so funny. It reminds me of the Meatloaf character in the Fight Club movie. Remember?
Bob.
Yeah, like
his name is Robert Paulson,
and he had, didn't he have breast cancer or something? Like the hormones were all out of whack. I know he had the but I thought he also.
That's how the whole movie starts.
Okay. Anyway, I love Keith and his weeping, and we need another season or 12 of the Great Pottery Throwdown. I can't watch the British Baking Show right now. It's too difficult to not want to go bake things and eat them.
No, we don't want to do that.
And your sister said Skin Wars, but I don't know that that's something we're going to be...
What is that?
Tattoos? I'm assuming it's makeup or tattoos or special effects makeup. I don't know, but that's not really my jam. So, although then again, totally thought pottery wasn't my jam either.
And it totally is.
Pottery
is my jam.
Another thing we watch just to sort of pass a little bit of time is the trailers. Just watching trailers. I always like to be, up on what's coming out. There's a movie called The Sound of Metal that we're gonna get to watch a little sneak preview of, and we'll talk. We're gonna watch it after this show is done. About that. Oh, Nicole says it's body painting, and Nicole is a body painter. Well, if we watch it, Nicole, will you come on and talk, maybe? By the way, Sean O'Brien, are you available to pop on the show and say hi to everybody for a minute? Because I want to promote your friend who does the farm-to-table delivery stuff that you talked about last week. And it'd be awesome if you could just let everybody know a little bit about her. I know that a lot of people are freaking out because a particular vendor of fresh fruits and vegetables is a big Orange Cheeto supporter, and so a lot of people have decided to not.
Thank you for not mentioning that man's name.
Get provisions from them anymore. And so Sean said, "Oh, there's my friend." So we're going to test this out tonight. When we get to the food section, we still have the music to go through, so we've got a little bit of time for you to set up. But you just have to log. I think you have to log off the stream, log back on using your smartphone. Make sure you have headphones in so that there's no feedback.
So wait, we're doing this live tonight?
Yes, we are.
What could go wrong?
And Sean, and just, it'll say, do you want to join? And then it'll say, do you want to let Sean join? And we'll hit it and we'll go from there. So hopefully that'll work. Fingers crossed. Okay, so because we have a lot of guests we need to get to, so trial by fire, let's just do it tonight and see what happens. Casey says, yes, that's a movie quote. Lewis Warren, there's a food section.
Yes, there is, Lewis.
Lewis, of course there is.
Eric Lightbody is in the house.
Hey, Eric. We talk about what we watched, what we listened to, and what we ate and cooked. That is the show. That is the big, bad syllabus.
That's why we call it the worst talk show.
And let's all go to the Smoothies. We'll be back next week.
Hey, listen, how many of you guys tried the Mandalorian? Huh?
It was pretty
Show
good,
hands.
Right?
Show hands.
Watching. Hi, Auntie Bonnie.
Who tried the Mandalorian?
Who made the first smoothie? And let's all go to the Smoothies. Did you drink it while watching the Mandalorian? Because that would have been very meta. Mandalorian. So, getting back to the trailers just quickly, who decided that it was okay for Mel Gibson to make movies again? Seriously.
Well, he has been making movies here and there, but they've been like, Get the Gringo. There's like this it's kind of on the edge.
Well, I didn't want to watch the trailer. I was like, F this guy. He shouldn't be allowed to make movies anymore.
We had to watch it, though.
And then Dave was like, no, we got to watch it. We'll talk about it.
Okay. The premise. Mel Gibson is Santa Claus.
But it's not a family movie.
Not at all.
It's not a comedy.
Mm-mm.
It's like some sort of die-hard action adventure called The Fat Man.
It's like Bad Santa meets, like, I don't know.
Die Hard?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Wait a minute, Die Hard's cool.
It looks absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's
If you guys get a chance to watch this trailer, just do yourself a favor. You'll laugh so hard.
Oh man,
it's
bizarre.
Almost indie. They're so small.
Yes, exactly, Lewis. Exactly.
Yes, right.
Right.
I just don't think. Oh, and here's the other thing: Santa, played by Mel Gibson; Mrs. Claus, played by an African American actress.
Yes.
Like
yes.
somehow that's gonna wipe away all his racist.
He is not. He's the least racist person in the movies.
Bonnie says, I need to listen to you to relieve my stress. It's working. Great. I love that, Auntie Bonnie. Casey,
Auntie Bonnie, if that doesn't work,
Casey says he likes to
get
drink
yourself a shell.
his blue milk like liquid straight from the teat. Oh, very nice.
And listen to the ocean.
No, Angel, nobody gets crucified. Or do they? I'm drinking from the Bob Ross mug tonight to lower my anxiety.
It's a happy little show we're going to have.
Totally working.
Now, we run our own show like this, but, you know, you guys do your own show the way you see fit.
Happy little trees. Happy little accidents. We also watched a trailer that scared the bejesus out of us.
Okay, this is not the trailer to watch if you're
having 2020 anxiety.
Right. If you're having COVID anxiety, this is not
the
watch.
trailer nor the movie for you to watch. It's a Michael Bay movie, and it's the kind of trailer I watched and thought it was a really good fake trailer.
I was
for
in the
a
other
fake movie.
I heard it from the other room. I was in the other room doing something when
Sam.
you watch it for the first time, and Bob Marley's "Every Little Thing Is Gonna Be All Right" is playing.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, it must be like this upbeat thing, like this thing. And it just keeps playing
By the way,
playing.
I think it's called Three Little Birds.
No, that's a different song.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it is. It's Three Little Birds. I just went through the whole thing in my head. I went through the whole thing in my head. I'm sorry.
Okay, so...
Isn't it COVID-23?
Yeah, it's a pandemic. It's
okay,
COVID-23.
It's the future. And it is not good.
And all the Americans that have COVID are put into camps.
It's so far-fetched, though. I mean...
Except not at all. Which is why it's so scary. You'll pee yourself. So, maybe don't watch it. It's called Songbird.
Songbird!
And, seriously, you watch the trailer and you think, somebody made this up,
oh
right?
My
this isn't a real movie. How could they make a real movie about this?
Yeah.
It's like apocalypse COVID porn.
Here, this is, you know what it's like? Ugh. It's like The Purge.
Mm-hmm.
If you took The Purge, Crazies, and Contagion, and put them together, and made it into a non-feel-good movie. It is...
Yeah, so, I mean, we're offering a respite tonight as we try to do every week.
I gotta rehydrate.
And a distraction, so... Perhaps Songbird on a different day when you're not quite so freaked out about everything. Melanie Cousin is here. The North Facers are in.
They're facing north once again.
So that's it for what we watched, and we want to get to things that we listened to and give you guys, some ideas of things. Maybe to pull out an album or a particular artist you haven't listened to in a long time. Or, like Dave, a seashell to listen to the sounds of the ocean. Whatever you need.
So soothing, guys. You gotta try it.
I will say this. Kudos, hats off to TJ Connolly, a.k.a. Senator John on Twitter, who is the DJ at Fenway, the DJ at Gillette Stadium, and the DJ for at least half of the Bruins games. He basically DJs any sports in Boston.
By the way, Angel Wood, no. Contagion was not a feel-good movie.
So TJ runs his own radio station since the pandemic started. And
Online.
It's called Uncertain FM. It's uncertain.fm. That's how you can Google and find it. So I tend to listen to him in the mornings when I'm first starting at work, just to sort of get into my good space. Well, on election day, I needed every distraction possible. He was playing, it went for at least an hour, it might have been 2. And it was all instrumental songs from movie soundtracks. So, like the opening scene from The Goonies when the Fratellis are running from the cops, or they break them out of jail, whatever it is. Dun 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 dun. And I was like, oh my god, it was like comfort food. It immediately put me at ease. Instrumentals from like The Neverending Story and Chariots of Fire, and then Rocky, and then I was like, yeah, and then it like got really kind of like pro-voting and pro-America, but it was like...
But it was instrumental.
All instrumental music, orchestral, you know, whatevers from movies. The actual...
But somehow it was pro-voting?
Movies written for... I mean, songs written for movies, but they're, you know...
Inspirational?
No. What do you call it?
Patriotic?
Danny Elfman does the score. There were scores for movies. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
There were scores of movies.
Sean O'Brien says, TJ
So
the
many.
DJ, the absolute rules. Absolutely. Listen to... Oh, Lewis listened to World Party today for the first time in years.
Way down.
Very
I love that
nice.
song. Listen, I once put the message in the box. And I put the box into the car.
World Party's
I didn't
great,
quite make it
great
around
band.
the world, though.
Well, you do what you gotta do.
Ship of Fools is a great song. Thank You, World is a really good song. I like that one.
I don't... Is there a bad World Party song? I don't think there is.
Carl was a heck of a songwriter.
I think you can start with anything. Speaking of taking a deep dive is my new favorite saying today. I apologize. I've now said it like 3 times. And here comes number 4. Taking a deep dive into the comfort food of music is so important when you're trying to deal with anxiety. And I went deep into Wham yesterday.
The music wasn't very deep.
Wham!
But
it was like
but
the
you
first...
slathered yourself in it.
The first 2 records, like I could not get enough. And I even did the exercise bike to Wham too. At one point, Baby, I'm Your Man. I'm your man. Don't you know who I am? Like, I had it on 10. The kids probably thought I had a stroke or something. Like, I was fully into
if you're gonna
George
do it,
Michael.
do it right.
And loving every minute of it. And so I confessed that to Dave when he
Listen,
got home. I was like, honey, I whammed. And he said,
I was like, you disgust me. I listened to Duran Duran's greatest hits over and over and over again.
Quick question. Is A View to a Kill on the greatest hits?
It certainly is.
Yes. Is The Chauffeur on the greatest hits?
It might be.
It's not a greatest hit, but it is a very important, pivotal song in the Duran Duran catalog.
How does it go? Can you hum a few bars?
No, Chauffeur is very long, drawn out, but fantastic.
It's got some great songs
Girls
on it.
on Film.
Yep. Planet Earth. Wild Boys.
Wild Boys is terrible. We don't even want to
but let me
talk
tell you
about Wild
something.
Boys.
When you air drumming in the car,
really?
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Casey listened to Clutch today. That sounds clutch. Nikki T, Wham rules hard. Thank you very much. Nicole, saw them a few years back at a festival, and they are amazing live.
That is Duran Duran.
Yes, I saw Duran Duran live. Thank you very much. No, Notorious at the Centrum. That's how old I am. Denny White, I just bought and listened to Ricky Lee Jones' self-titled record. Surprised to find out it's a really solid album. I have never done a full deep dive of Ricky Lee Jones. I just remember that one song from Orbital when she was like wasted and they took the lyric, her talking. And it was like this weird spacey song.
Do they use
with trippy Ricky Lee Jones in it talking? That's about as close as I've come.
Somebody was that Lewis who asked, didn't they use a Duran Duran song in the Hannibal series?
Eric Lightbody listened to a little Sammy Hagar today.
Nice, brother! My first concert ever!
Really?
Sammy Hagar at the Orpheum, and Dokken opened up for them.
You were rocking with
Dawkins.
Dawkins. Nice job.
Now you're talking.
Casey Riddle says he has a question. Oh, Sean O'Brien says he adores Ricky Lee Jones. All right, well, I'll give it a go. She was never just on my list. I'll definitely give it a go. I'll listen tomorrow. All right, we're waiting for your question. Casey Riddles, do you have a turntable and albums? We have albums, but we do not currently have a working turntable in the house.
We have a broken turntable.
Yeah, we do not have a working one currently. But yes, of course I have vinyl. I've had vinyl forever that I just cart around from apartment to apartment to apartment and almost never listen to. But it's important, and I have it. I've never been a huge vinyl purist. My music is all digital, so I
was way more pragmatic about it, because how can you, if you can't jump around to something because you're going to make the record skip? I mean, I was late to the party, you know. I was just getting into cassettes when CDs came out, and then I was kind of like, wow, I own so many CDs. What's that? What's a W3? What is it? What are they called? MP3s. What are MP3s? I don't understand.
W3?
Yes, the federal government. It's on my brain.
Bob Tarossi just reminded me. Did anybody do Halloween X Night with Mike Joshua? We didn't. What did we do on Halloween?
No, we hid.
We hid. We definitely hid. We didn't buy any candy. We didn't want to give anybody any candy.
Yep.
We hid in another room and watched.
Lights off.
I think I watched Hellstrom, to be honest with you. Turntable with USB interface. That's what Bob Tarossi has. There was also, I believe, Andrea Gillis and hubby were doing a special devotion Halloween night as well. Did anybody get to see that?
I missed everything. What did we do?
I don't remember. I mean, I know that we cooked and we ate. It was a very long day on Saturday.
I was driving.
I did 500 loads of laundry. And you were working in Westwood?
Yes.
Yeah, so big work day and big driving. Eric Lightbody never got too deep in Vital, but had a mini disc player when I worked at Tweeter.
Sony?
Very nice.
Sony's like the king company of they come out with this amazing product, and it's immediately upon it coming out, it's what do they call that?
Not extinct, but
no. It's anachronistic.
Yeah.
It is.
What's the word?
Oh my God! There's something going on with my brain.
It's
guys, what's the word?
When something is no longer useful.
It is.
When it's outdated.
When it's outdated, out of style. It is. Guys, sounds like.
Sean O'Brien will get this. I know.
Come on.
Come on. Obsolete.
Oh, obsolete.
Lewis Warren for the win.
Thank you, Lewis. Oh man.
This is what happens when you get old, people.
They were like the kings of obsolescence. They'd come out, oh, wow, you mean that on this little thing, you can record songs on a digital thing? What do you... Everything's online now? Oh.
Yeah.
So, right after I bought my 400-disc Sony disc changer, digital music came out.
Let me tell you something. Had I known that you had one of those, I would have never dated you.
I mean...
That was just not my
thing. Then, you know what? I'm a weirdo. I had way more than 400 discs.
Denny says, mini disc is still great media, damn it. I still have some somewhere. I had a Green Magnet School windshield on a mini disc, forever, and it was the only digitized copy of that song I had for years, and I held onto it like my precious.
I got some classic cassettes downstairs. Yeah. Still got I had I don't know if I had a few hundred cassettes before I switched to CDs.
Cassettes, it's funny how the kids are all into cassettes, and they were terrible. They sounded terrible. They always,
Yeah, they get pinch rollers.
Yeah, you always had to roll it back in.
Some sort of thing.
They were terrible.
And then you see some meme on one of the Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and they're like, kids nowadays have no idea. They show a pencil and a cassette together. Yeah, so how these relate to each other. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Yep. But it was never a good sound quality thing. Yeah. It was just compact. It was easy to throw in the boombox and off you went. Farley Maramis, watch on... Oh, no. Oh, we've got a whatchamacallit, a bot trying to do a, torrent movie thing on here. Wow, we're big enough where we actually have like.
Wait a minute, what's that?
Trying to sell things on our
Wow.
show, so hopefully that will go away. Eric Lightbody, vinyl is awesome. The first
three
three plays. Agreed.
Right.
Holly Cantor, I once had a cassette with record skips on it. Oh, nice. That's good. Sean O'Brien,
That's pretty meta.
I recorded live shows with the mini disc recorder for years. Oh, I bet you did. And I bet some of them are fantastic, and we'll need copies.
We'll talk.
We'll need copies. So those are all the things that we listen to. I think that's pretty good. I think you should take a deep dive into something you haven't listened to since you were a teenager when you didn't have a lot of like responsibilities and or worries.
You know what I like to listen to in the car though?
What?
NPR. But on the weekends, it's fun. Like Wait, Don't Tell Me is a really fun show.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend it, guys.
The sports show is gone though now.
Only a Game.
Only a Game.
Yeah,
I used to listen to that every
produced
Saturday
in Boston
night.
at WBUR.
Yeah, on the way home from ZLX, I would listen to Only a Game, and I loved it. It was so good. Eric Lightbody says, I used to record music on VHS tape to get 4 hours of music for college house parties. Oh, Eric. I bet I was at one of your parties. Nice.
Lightbody, you gotta watch that
Casey
guy.
Riddles, if you had one cassette stuck in the car stereo permanently, what would it be? Well, my mom had an 8-track stuck in her Vega when we were kids, and it was ABBA's Greatest Hits.
That is like ridiculously 70s.
My mom
I remember,
loved ABBA.
Guys, how about this for being behind the curve? I was one of those people who, when I got my hand-me-down stereo from my parents, okay, when my dad got new stuff, it had an 8-track player in it. And I had to buy one of those 8-track adapters. So the adapter sticks into the 8-track, and you press a button and it pops open, and you put the cassette in.
Oh, yeah. I had friends that had those
Unbelievable,
too.
man.
Well, when we all got our license, when my friends and I all, well, I didn't get my license until later because I'm terrible. When everybody got their license around 16, 17, all the old cars that kids got to use had 8 tracks in them, so you had to do the cassette adapter. So I fully remember all of that. That is so funny. Ellen loves ABBA too. Fantastic. All right, Sean, if you can pop on at any moment, just let us know and we'll click on because we are
just
on.
Make it happen, Sean.
We are on to the food portion. We want to.
Is it that time?
It is that time.
Wow.
Yeah. We've
This
been
is
having
a pretty
lot
good
of fun
show,
tonight.
huh?
So let's see if Sean can pop on because a bunch of people on my social media feeds locally were very upset last week that a particular farm, like fruits and vegetables produce provider that a lot of like restaurants and stuff use in this area, it turned out that the owner gave a lot of money to the Big Orange Cheeto, so they decided to boycott that. And Sean said, oh, my friend has a farm-to-table produce delivery business. Why don't you check her out? And her name is Carrie, and I'm going to butcher the last name, but it looks like Kokkinogeni, like KokkinoGeni. Lovely gal. I emailed her just to see if we perhaps were in her delivery area. We're not, but that's okay.
You see that Lewis Warren has been making bolognese this entire
nice.
show.
Denny White. I was in England visiting friends. My buddy's car did have a cassette stuck. It was the REM record with What's the Frequency, Kenneth? Oh, I'm sorry.
Monster?
That does not sound fun.
Or is that automatic for the
Sean
people?
says he's trying. I can't get it working. So if you're on are you on a smartphone and you log off and log back in? And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll figure it out. But Sean did mention Carrie, and she currently handles this Arlington. She says she's trying to grow in the Arlington, Somerville, Cambridge areas. She also delivers to Newton, Brookline, Alston, and Brighton. So if we can find out the name, just to pass it along, that would be great. Sean, if you can't get it working, that's no big deal. We'll figure it out.
Never speaking to you again.
Like I said, we are going to move this off of Facebook and onto YouTube sooner than later, so we'll figure out the guests that way if we have to. We will have guests, damn it, and we're going to have pre-produced segments too, because this show is our life. I mean, not really, But creatively, it is. This is all we have going on right now. And we love making people laugh, and we love
Farm to Door Direct.
Hanging out with everybody. Okay, so Carrie's business is called Farm to Door Direct. If you were in any of the areas I just mentioned, Brookline, Alston, Brighton, Newton. She's also doing Somerville, Cambridge, and Allington. So definitely check that out.
Look at Casey's making chicken marsala.
Oh, well. Bolognese, chicken marsala. We also have a new temptation in the neighborhood. Now, oh, by the way, Sean, will you post the link to her Facebook in the feed at the end of the show so everybody can check that out? Casey Riddles, I believe you know this guy, or at least you're friends with him on Facebook. Chef Jason Santos, the chef with the blue hair.
Oh, wait, that's the place over across the street?
So he opened up B&B Fish. Yeah. It's a little tiny fried seafood and fried chicken restaurant. And it's right there.
Okay, listen.
It's a stone's throw from our house.
Okay, now see, this is what I was going to say. We're not allowed to go there.
No, we're not. So
Because, no, you know why?
Why?
Because he caught me throwing rocks at his place.
He did not. Don't say that.
Yeah.
No, you didn't throw rocks.
I said, well, you know how everyone says it's a stone's throw, and you know it's exaggeration.
Wow.
But I just...
Did you just turn into somebody's like grandfather? That was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, really bad. Okay,
so... Oh, well, they all can't be winners!
So they did the open this week. Maybe it's a soft open. Casey says he's a nice cat. I'm sure he is, but these are the things on the menu.
Maria Delios is watching.
Hi, Maria! These are the things on the B&B Fish that we will never be able to eat, but we will smell cooking and be tortured for the rest of our natural life. Everything is battered. Battered cod, shrimp, lobster tail, whole belly clams, Gulf oysters, sea scallops, Louisiana crawfish tails, buffalo spiced pork belly, crispy,
I'll be
Jason's boneless buttermilk fried chicken, and you can make it Nashville hot. And I'm like, oh my God. So then it goes on to buttermilk and bourbon's honey glazed biscuits, flamin' hot street corn.
That's happening.
Vidalia onion rings, black truffle parmesan fries.
Fried Bloody Mary spiced pickles.
Yeah. And then you go over to the sweets. Signature fresh fried beignets, fried Oreos, soft serve, and the sundae of the moment. Even the lemonade sounds amazing. Caramelized pineapple lemonade. And we can't have any of it. And it's right across the street. And I'm very, very sad.
Like the lights from it, they left them on the other night.
Yes, Angel, B&B means battered and battered. So anyway, Casey, tell your friend that he's pissing off the neighbors already with delicious food that we
better not start
eat.
smelling fried food and stuff.
Everybody, the funny thing is he's like, you can also buy Jason's signed cookbook. Like, you can buy all his merch. And I'm just like,
the place is called Buttermilk and Bourbon, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Well, it's B&B Fish, so it's another one of his,
right.
You know. So there you go. Sharon's like, what? Sharon, you can't come visit us, but you can park at our house and go over there since it's COVID. You can eat in the driveway and tell us how good it tastes, but if we get too close, you may lose a hand. Yeah, right, Bonnie? Drooling. I read that menu and I was like, damn it.
It's not exactly a value from what I can tell, but...
Well, is anything in Marblehead?
Not really.
Seriously. Yeah, so...
Although, wait a minute, you did get... It was pretty much half price.
Oh my God.
Henry's Chicken Salad.
So you guys, you know we had the Henry's Chicken Salad intervention with Dave a few shows ago. I happened to be at Crosby's where they sell Henry's Chicken Salad in Marblehead. And we're just picking up a few quick things because I did not want to cook last night. I had no energy to cook whatsoever, and I'm sure you didn't either. And there it was. So a pint of Henry's Chicken Salad, no lie, costs $10.
It's over $10, yeah.
But it's amazing, so
Yeah.
you put up with the price. They were 50% off yesterday because they were probably, getting ready to end the shelf life. And I wanted to buy like 17 of them for Dave, but I didn't. I just bought 2. But it was a little election night miracle for him.
So I'm more than halfway through the second pint.
Angel says it's Thai night, so we're eating in right now. Ooh, jealous. Thai night sounds good. Casey Riddle's
like
gas
Kaka
station sushi, half off. You know, I was a little worried. I was like, okay, it's half off. Make sure it tastes okay.
And then she was like, yeah, but it's Dave. You know what I mean? He's got stuff in his guts that just kill things. You know?
Listen, my dad would eat like chicken raw and not get sick. Some people just have that constitution. While other people eat things and then complain for the rest of the night. Why did you let me eat all that?
I never do that.
No, you never do that except all the time. Can we go back to the fact that Maria Delios is here?
No, I don't want to know about it.
I love Maria, and I'm so happy she popped on the show today. Shannon Fraser
Frazer's
is
here.
Well. Hey!
Just in time.
Shannon, Raisin Bran night for you?
Nice.
I approve of that.
Listen, I dig Raisin Bran.
Oh,
now that I'm a grown-up.
Eric made homemade Big Macs. A midweek splurge.
Yes. Do you do anything different with them, Eric?
Well, homemade just means it probably tastes better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Although, man, when you're a kid, just like that Eddie Murphy bit, and you want McDonald's, and your parents make you burgers.
Yeah, they could make you a filet mignon, but you don't care.
No,
you want the McDonald's burger.
Denny said he had Harrow's chicken pie tonight. Oh, that's some good comfort.
Harrow's is good.
Wow, very nice.
Ellen had omelets this evening.
Oh, very nice. I've decided I'm eating too many eggs with yolks, so I'm back to egg whites.
You've decided, or were you told?
I was told.
Yeah.
My buddy James Murray, not to be confused with Big Jim Murray.
This is Jim Murray.
Is my new sort of food coach guru, and he was like, "It's too much fat, dude. It's too much fat." So I'm back to egg whites.
But he was like,
scrambles.
"You know better than that."
Yeah, I do. I've been losing weight pretty consistently the last like 6 to 8 weeks, and then I hit a plateau, and I couldn't figure out why. And yeah, dummy, because you're eating too much fat and you're taking too many cheats. Casey Riddles, that don't look like no McDonald's. Yeah, exactly. Sam suggestion.
Wants a written recap of the show.
Yeah, well, I try to do that every week. I didn't do it last week for whatever reason, I forgot, but I will. When we post this at the end, I will edit the description and say that all the links to all the suggestions we talked about will be at the bottom of the comments, okay? So we do have that for you, I promise.
You know what we forgot to mention?
What did we forget to mention?
John Mulaney on Saturday Night Live.
So good. This was probably the best Saturday Night Live we've seen in a while.
I don't want to like him.
I know, I don't either.
And you can't help it.
No, and Kendall worships him. She's like, I know all of his jokes.
He's very funny.
Arthur Hudson, we should have a cook-off. We should totally do that. We want to start doing pre-produced segments where we cook food, or like we go to your place and you cook food for us. Like, or, whatever.
How about this? We pre-cook food and then we eat it on the show.
I don't think anybody wants to watch us eat. That's just not sexy.
Yeah, we'll just mute them and we'll just eat it on the show. And they can listen to it.
But yes, I will put all the suggestions on tonight. I usually do it in the morning because after the show, we have an after show ritual where we don't go back on social media really. And we try to like just sort of come down from the high that we're on from the show.
We're going to watch a movie tonight. We
are. We're going to watch The Sound of Metal, which I believe comes out this weekend or next weekend. I got a free screener link because we like to review movies.
Meanwhile, it gives me an opportunity to finish the rest of that Henry's chicken salad.
Oh, Dave.
Listen,
I tried your chicken salad.
I tried to eat my body weight in celery before the show, so.
In celery?
Celery.
I think you like to eat your body weight in peanut butter, and celery is just the delivery mechanism. Let's be honest.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. As long as you're cool, I'm cool. So we're gonna end with a nice calming, cleansing sort of affirmation. We are going to get through this. I'm going to drink from my Bob Ross mug.
I'm going to listen to the soothing sounds of the ocean.
Thank you so much for being part of the Worst Talk Show's live virtual studio audience. We will let you know when the finished product is live on the Abington Cam YouTube page, and then check your local listings because y'all going to be on TV. Community Access television, all over the place. We're on in 10 different markets right now, and you can ask your local cable provider to add the worst talk show. It's available.
And it's the worst.
Sharon, Dave, you're caught. Namaste, Angie and Dave. Yes, been a fan of John Mulaney. I'm glad. So thank you guys all. We love you. I think it's like almost 8:30.
Oh my goodness, we did it!
What's going on? We did it, everybody!
We done did it!
Great show, you
Bye!
guys!